Hey, this is Mike. I'm in Whiteville, North Carolina, visiting Van Underwood Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, and I'm checking out a 2016 Ram 2500 heavy-duty truck with the Cummins turbo diesel 6.7 liter inline six. Really sought-after engine in the Ram trucks. Super heavy-duty. So let's go ahead and check it out. This one has the chrome appearance package, so you'll see a lot of chrome here and there, starting with the 18-inch steel wheels. You see you got some chrome there, and it's mostly, this is a Tradesman, so it's mostly a pretty plain truck. I mean, it's not super plain, but it doesn't have all the bells and whistles like you'd find on a Laramie or a Laramie Longhorn, stuff like that. But check out the cab. It is a crew cab, so you have a massive back door there. You see it has the privacy glass. Let's take a look here in the front. So you will be able to see it has the reflector halogen headlights here in the front. Lots of chrome. You've got that big chrome grille with the black here in the background, accenting, making the chrome pop out a little bit more, giving you that cross here in the front. You got the black tow hooks kind of sandwiched in there, and the chrome bumper. So this is what the key looks like. You see it has the lock and unlock buttons. It also has a panic button. Then you have a little Ram name on the back. This also has an actual key on the inside in case the battery goes dead. You can still access your vehicle by utilizing the actual physical key. But let's go ahead and make sure it's unlocked by pushing the button there. And let's take a start looking at the inside, starting with the passenger door. Okay, so here's the inside of the passenger door. You can see everything is a hard plastic, and it's a really durable hard plastic for a reason. One thing, it's durable, but also it's easy to clean. Okay, that's another thing. And you can basically get a lot of dirt and stuff like that on it, and between cleanings, and it's going to, not look so bad. So if you were to use this as a work truck and you had, like, say, lighter color leather or something like that, or other accents on here, every time you touch them, as soon as you touch them, they're going to start looking dirty, and they're going to be harder to clean, that kind of stuff. Okay, so you have this big storage pocket here on the bottom of the door with a wider spot. That's a good place to put like a big water bottle or something like that. Your spare tire tools are hidden underneath the seat. And you have manual adjustments on the cloth seats. As a gray cloth seat. Very comfortable. Ram has an extremely comfortable seat. It's not a super special looking or anything like that, but they're very comfortable. Not good size, decent amount of bolstering without being too intrusive. You also have a really good amount of space between the floor and the seat, so your knees are not sticking up in the air. Plenty of leg room. There's the glove compartment. It's kind of small for a truck this size, I guess. But you have lots of other places, like you have this quick access place for putting stuff. Handle is right here, and I highly recommend a step because it is a little bit of a height off the ground. So getting in and out of the truck is a little bit of a chore without a step, but you do have that handle to help you out there. Let's take a look inside of the crew cab back door. Huge back door, so you got plenty of room in the back seats. You can see the same styling basically as the front, all black plastic, and then you have the storage pocket at the bottom. So here's the back seat. Now this is a one-piece bench back here, and you can fit 3 grown men comfortably back here. Plenty of leg room. So you have this storage area underneath the seat right here, and this keeps things from rolling out and getting in the way. So if you put stuff there, it's just gonna stay there. You have some cup holders there that remained exposed, even with the seat down. But what's really cool about this truck, you also have this little storage pocket in the floor on both sides, and it has this plastic liner, so you can remove it, dump it, put it back in. Some people use it as a cooler, some people use it as a trash can, or whatever you want to use it for. It's kind of like a secret compartment, because once you put the floor mat over these. You won't even know they're there. So they're going to be completely out of the way, and you're going to utilize some storage space that otherwise you wouldn't even have at all. But it's not going to get in your way, which is awesome. So you have a dome light there. The hooks are actually here on the back. So, you know, if you're hanging up clothes, it's going to obstruct your view a little bit. But has been, some people have an issue with that, some people don't. Okay, so let's take a look back here. Now this one has the 6-foot 4-inch bed. There's an 8-foot bed option as well. So look in here in the back, and just want to let you know this vehicle hasn't been cleaned yet, so you know, excuse the shipping dust and stuff. But here's the back of the vehicle, and you have a parking sensor system here on the back bumper. Those little round circles, that's what they are. So when you're backing up, it'll kind of beep at you if something gets in the way. Also, you have this backup camera, which is hidden kind of in there in the handle, so you can not only avoid hitting things but also back up to your trailer hitch easy, very, very easy. So there's your trailer hitch. Now this has a 17,200 pound towing capacity, and you have a 4- and 7-way plug for your trailer. But let's go ahead and take a look inside. Really like the 3-dimensional ram popping out of the tailgate. So lowering the tailgate, it's not assisted or anything. It's very easy to raise and lower, in my opinion. It's not very heavy. So here's the back. This is the way you can get it like this without any kind of coating, or you can get a spray and bed liner, which is really awesome. So you have your tow hooks there on the corners. Then you have these lighting, these LED lights here on the sides, here and here. And when you turn on your cargo light that's up here, it will illuminate all those lights. So your whole bed will be lit up very significantly at nighttime. And hopefully this winter time I'll be able to do a pretty decent night video on the Ram truck so you can see all the lighting options. And just want to mention the payload of this truck is 2360. So that's 2,360 pounds payload. So your fuel door is here on the driver's side, which is extremely convenient. So this is a capless design for your diesel fuel. This little red thing is for shipping. You wouldn't normally have that in the way. You can just put your nozzle in there, put your diesel fuel in, and you're good to go. You don't actually have to have a cap. And there's where your DEF fluid will be put in. Now, DEF fluid is diesel exhaust fluid, if you're not familiar with that, and this will help with the emissions, and this is a required thing in recent years for diesel trucks. So you have this little seal around the door, so when you close the door it will seal up. But also if water or something were to get in here, there is a little drain type system to where it has to go, the nozzle has to go in a certain distance before it actually go in the tank. And you can see here, if you actually have to use a gas can, a fuel can right there, you have to use a little funnel system in order to access the actual tank. So just let you know that. Let's take a look here on this side, just kind of give you another point of view. So you notice the privacy glass is easy to see out of, but not so easy to see in, which is pretty good. So you got your little compartment here on the passenger side, and show you all that. So the rear view mirrors are what they call tow mirrors, and you can push them up on this side like so, and then that way you'll have more of a vertical view instead of the horizontal view. And you also have 2 sections. This section is adjustable, and this is kind of like a convex blind spot type mirror right here. It takes a little bit of getting used to when you're driving. Sometimes that kind of throws you off if you're not used to it, but once you get used to it, it's extremely handy. So starting the truck with the key, it's as simple as that's the actual key. You put it in and turn it just like a normal key there. Let's take a look under the hood. So opening the hood, there is a latch just a little bit to the right here at the bottom. You just move it in its center position and lift up on the hood about a foot or so, and it'll go up the rest of the way. Okay, so there's your engine. It's a 6.7 liter Cummins turbo diesel engine, 385 horsepower, 900, that's right, 900 pound-feet of torque. Really smooth running idle and not very loud. Okay, so here we are on the inside. 2016 Ram 2500 Tradesman. So let's go ahead and start on the driver's door. So you can see the driver's door is just like the other side, except for it has a few more buttons. You have your door lock controls, your window controls, and your front windows are automatic. So you just push it one touch up and down, and then you have your side mirrors controlled with this little pad right here. You just have to pick a side and left or right, and when you pick a side it will illuminate like so, and then you can adjust your side mirror. You can lock out the rear windows in case you have kids back there and you don't want them playing around with the windows. You can lock them out like so. So your headlight controls are controlled here. So there's off position, you have automatic, which is awesome, off, parking lights, and then headlights. Your cargo light is right here, so you push that and all your cargo bed lights will turn on. Dimmers, interior dimmer switches are here, and if you go all the way to the right, interior dome light will turn on. So here's your steering wheel. It is a synthetic, super tough synthetic steering wheel with a little bit of a fake leather texturing, which makes it really comfortable. Okay, so you have some buttons here on the steering wheel. On the right side, you have your cruise control. You just have to make sure it's turned on by pushing that button. You have an indicator here on the screen here, letting you know that it's on. And once it's on, you can set it pushing this button, resume, change through your speeds, and then cancel it there. So this one in particular doesn't have the controls on the back of the steering wheel, but it does have some controls here for the center screen. So you can see you have a really simple screen cluster, a gauge cluster. You have your RPMs there on the left, DEF fluid gauge, and here on the right we have your speedometer and your diesel fuel. And you'll notice the diesel fuel gauge has a little pump there with an arrow pointing to the left, the driver's side, which is indicating which side your fuel door is on. But right here in the center is a screen that you can get some more information. So right now it's showing us outside temperature 88 degrees, has odometer is 9 miles, the cruise control is turned on. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off just to get it out of the way. But right here in the center you'll see it has a digital speedometer, and you can change that to kilometers per hour if you need to. So I'm going to scroll back. So pushing the back button will allow me to get out of that, and you can see that it's part of a menu system here. So let's go back out of that, and I'm going to scroll down, vehicle info, going to go into that. This is where you find your tire pressure on each tire, coolant temperature, transmission temperature, oil temperature, oil pressure, and your oil life and fuel filter life, battery voltage, exhaust brake pressure, turbo boost, and a gauge summary, which is pretty cool. Let's get out of that. Let's get out of that. So let's go down to fuel economy. Go into there. It'll give you an average, a range, and a real time. Then you have your trip A and trip B, Gives you your distance, your average miles per gallon, and your time spent on that trip. A and B. Trailer tow, give you some information there as far as your trailer brake gain control. And you have stores messages there, and you can actually go in and set up the screen to where it actually, instead of having the outside temperature there, you can have, say, your range or something like that. Go into different settings, and the speedometer is pretty much the main screen that I would leave on all the time. All those other things you don't actually have to go in and check. It'll pop up and let you know if there's anything that's out of spec. Do have a tilt steering column, and your windshield wiper controls are there, controlled with the turn signal. So this has a 6-speed automatic transmission, and here's your column shifter. So I'm going to go ahead and put it in reverse like so. Once it's in reverse, this little thing will pop up, and it kind of looks like a old 80s video game, but it's not. That's your parking sensors letting you know. And actually, if I were to get close to something, you'll see little indicators that which side that there's an object on. Plus, your backup camera will pop up here on your rear view mirror, and it's pretty crisp and easy to see, even though it's a little bit of a smaller screen. But as you turn the steering wheel, you can see those guidelines will turn, give you an indicator of which way you're going, and they're color coded, so you can get to gauge how far away you are from something. Also, it gives you an estimated width of the vehicle. So let's continue down. There's neutral. There's drive. This is your normal drive position. It'll cycle through the 6 gear ratios automatically. And then you can go down. I mean, you can't go down any further, but you can go down in gears. So here's your ability to change through your gears. So once you start pushing buttons, it's going to switch down to this position, that green, and then you'll see which gear you're in here. So you won't be able to go too far out of range before it goes back into drive, but you can, I'm just letting you know. Just going to push buttons here and eventually go to drive. But as you can see, you can cycle through the gear ratios, and that's handy if you need to downshift if you're going down hills and all that. And you can utilize the exhaust brakes on the system, which is pretty cool. Let's go ahead and put it in park. So let's take a look here at the center stack. We've got a little quick access pocket up there, kind of small, but it's designed for just throwing something up there temporarily. So here's your radio. And it has satellite radio, it has AM, FM. So pushing this button, AM, FM, and then there's your satellite radio. And you have different media inputs, which I'll show you in a second. But pushing media, you kind of have to have something ready. But you have the ability to play music through all kinds of different means, which I'll show you in a few minutes. So you have some presets here at the bottom. You have the ability to change through the stations, and play and mute right there, depending on what you're playing. So like say if you have a USB drive in with a bunch of songs on it, you can cycle through the songs there. You can tune through the stations with this knob, and then you have a volume knob on this side. You can adjust the audio, like bass and treble and stuff like that, with the audio button. So your climate control is here. You can see you got some cool pockets here on the right and left. But the climate control is your fan speed, temperature, where you want the air to blow is the knobs, and then the center button is recirculating the air. There's your air conditioning. You turn that on and off, and the center button is for your defrosters. Now the rear defroster will also turn on your heated side mirrors. Okay, so down here is your trailer brake gain control. You can adjust it depending on your needs and the weight of the trailer and all that stuff. And traction control, you can turn that off here. The tow and haul mode, this will let the vehicle know that there's some extra weight that it needs to handle. Exhaust brakes, this is really interesting. I was in a vehicle with somebody, and they geared down basically. They put the exhaust brakes on, going 70 miles an hour, and there was nobody behind us, so they just, without touching the brake, they just geared down and brought the vehicle all the way down to a complete stop, just by using that feature. That's pretty neat. And your parking sensors, sometimes they're going to beep at you and you know you're going to get close to something and you're really paying attention and you just want to turn them off. You can turn those off here. So you have two power supplies here and here. Now you notice this one has a key and this one has a battery. Okay, reason why is because this one will turn off when you turn the ignition off. The one on the right will stay on all the time, even when the vehicle's turned off. So, you know, depending on what you want to use, you can utilize whichever one you want. You got some storage pockets down here, cup holders, all that good stuff. Here in the center, you got a lot of cup holders. You got 3 down there, 3 up here, and then you got 2 in the back. So we got a whole bunch of them. There's your 4-wheel drive manual shifter there for 4-wheel drive. You've got 4-wheel drive low, neutral, 2-wheel drive high, and 4-wheel drive high. So yeah, tons of cup holders, and of course, everybody uses cup holders for other things besides cups. So that's kind of the idea, to have a place to put things, small items, cell phones, anything you want like that. So this whole thing lifts up, so you can have a center passenger if you need to. But before I do that, in here is a storage space, and this is your armrest, so it's really big, and you can share it with the passenger there without fighting over it. But inside here is a storage pocket. You have a 12-volt power supply, a USB, and the auxiliary input. So those are different ways you can play music through the sound system. I mean, like infinite ways. There's lots and lots of devices that can hook up to an auxiliary input, and the USB port, of course, you can use it for charging as well. And that 12-volt power supply has the key on it, so we know it will turn off when the key's off. So let's take a look here at the center place right here. Now some vehicles have the ability to lift this up. This one does not, and it has like another storage space under here. And some of them actually have a CD player under there, but this one doesn't have that. But there's a really good space right here for a center passenger. But the only thing is, there's not much room there to put their feet. So this would be for, I guess, kids or something like that to sit and, or, you know, I'm not sure, but as long as they don't have to put their feet there. Okay, so let's check out the rear view mirror. It's an auto dim rear view mirror, and you can see it's actually auto dimming now because I have the light sensor covered up with the shade there. There's your visors. Has a mirror on that side, but nothing on this side. Let's take a look at the visibility, which is really good. So there's your back glass. As you can see on the sides, pretty good. You have backup camera, sensors, and all that too. Now some people don't have passengers in the back, and they'll actually remove those headrests, and that way they can get some better visibility. So that's something you can do if you wanted to. Alright, there you have it. 2016 Ram 2500 with the 6.7 liter turbo diesel engine. Crazy about that 900 pound-feet of torque, isn't it? Let's take a look at the window sticker. So you can use the pause button and get some more information if you want to. So I just want to mention, the Chrysler products has a really easy to understand window sticker. So some of them are not quite this easy. So I'm going to quickly go over this. So you have your name of your vehicle up here, and then you have your base price. So this is before anything's actually added. So if you just bought like a super basic vehicle with nothing added to it, then this, you know, your price would be similar to that. Of course, there's destination charges and stuff like that, but so then you got your basic rundown of your basic features. So this is all standard stuff here. And then you go down in here, it starts to say optional equipment. So there on out will be, you'll have dollar signs, dollar amounts showing you these additional features. So that way you know. So like this one has the popular equipment group. It has the chrome appearance group. You know, there's a big ad for the diesel engine. So you notice it has the diesel engine here. but it also has it here. Just sometimes this is just reflecting what the vehicle is, not what's standard. So just want to, this part right here. So you're going to look at standard equipment below this line. So it says standard equipment, and then down, that's the standard equipment there. Okay, enough about that. We'll probably do a special video just on window stickers, because some people get a little bit confused reading them, especially other brands. Other brands aren't quite so clear. Chrysler does a really good job with their window stickers. So anyways, thank you for watching, and thank you to Van Underwood, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram, for letting me show off an awesome vehicle. Highly recommend their dealership. They're near Whiteville. I mean, they're near Wilmington. They're in a town called Whiteville, which is kind of a small town out of the way. But man, that's where you can really find some high quality service, because I highly recommend this dealership. They really work hard to earn your business. So I'm going to leave Stephen Underwood's contact information in the description, so you can contact him for any Chrysler product that you might need, and he can hook you up. So thank you again for watching. See you next time.